When you're working with documents inside of InDesign, you have a couple different screen mode and view options that are available to you. Right now, you'll notice I have all of these frame borders that are visible. That's a view option. In the application bar, there's a menu called View Options, and you can turn on and off various options. For example, frame edges. If I turn it off, you'll notice they disappear. Now, depending upon your work, you may decide that it's helpful to see the frame edges. Additionally, right now, I'm also viewing hidden characters, which would be these little paragraph returns. Those options are also available under this menu. They're called hidden characters, and you can turn them on or you can turn them off. Now, if you do like the frame borders and these hidden characters, but have a need to see what the document will look like when it's sent to print, you can change the appearance of the document by changing the screen mode. If you come up to the View menu, under the View menu, you can choose Screen Mode, and you can change it from Normal to Preview. And when you do that, you'll notice that all of those extra options that you were looking at disappear, giving you a cleaner view of the document. That same option is available in the application bar. You can change it to Normal. Now, if you really want to get a good idea as to what the document will look like, you can always view it in presentation mode. Again, this option is available here in the application bar. It's also available under the View menu. You'll notice now we get a high quality rendering of the document, and by default, it's placed against a black background. And you can navigate through your pages by using the arrow keys. And if you want to change the matte color, you can do that. Press G on your keyboard to change it to gray, W to change it to white, and B to change it back to black. You can press Escape on your keyboard to exit that presentation mode. Those options are also available down here towards the bottom of the Tools panel. You'll notice you have Normal, Preview, Bleed, Slug, and Presentation. We'll talk about Bleed and Slug a little bit later on when we're more comfortable with document settings. Finally, if we take a look at this, we can see that our graphics are somewhat pixelated, and we know that these are vector graphics and they should render out quite nicely, but they're not. The reason for that is, by default, if we come up to the View menu, you'll notice that there's an option called Display Performance, and it's set to Typical Display. But you can change it to High Quality Display, which will render this artwork in a higher quality fashion. Just be aware that this option requires more processing power from your computer's graphics card. So depending upon your computer would ultimately determine if you want to work in this high quality view. So those are your different options when working inside of InDesign for viewing your document. Like I said, if you don't want to see the frame borders or other elements really ever, then just come over to the View options and turn them off. But nevertheless, you now have a good idea as to how you can control the appearance of your document.